Why don't you do the what's happening, guys? Why don't you do the what's happening, guys? Just say what's happening, guys. Well, today we're...
That's not ever happened before.
I know.
You don't want to...
We're going to change it.
I'm not saying a word right now. I'm worried about getting to this turn alive.
See, you're fine. You are fine.
Wet.
You're good.
A little grippier than usual.
Alright, so start it up.
I can't.
You don't want to? Alright.
I don't...
You...
can't mess up something that hurts.
Alright, fine. Put your feet back on the pegs.
I got my landing gear down.
Give it more throttle.
There we go.
There you go. What's happening, guys? Well, today Miss.Stacey and I are back out on Lockheart Basin, and today is going to be the argument of a non-existent Supreme Court case that we think needs to exist, but does not.
There's a gray area.
There's a gray area in the law regarding doctors. And, well, I mean, it could just be any everyday people, but mostly like surgeons, really. But it could come down to like me or anybody.
It's more a heart transplant.
And
is what we were getting at.
The fact that during some surgeries, etc., medical procedures, you are actually killed by the surgeon. Like they stop your heart. That means death. That means that they murdered you. So how is that legal?
And if that's legal, because they signed a waiver stating that it is, why can't we have somebody sign a waiver that we could kill them?
Right, like, well, no, the caveat was if you bring them back.
Right, but they don't always come back.
Right, well, that's part of it, but the other part is it legal just because they bring you back? Or at least do all, everything medically possible to bring you back. So what we were saying was, like, if I had Miss.Stacey say, yeah, it's alright if you try to kill me, and have her sign a piece of paper, and then I kill her, and then do CPR and bring her back, can I be charged with murder? Am I a murderer?
Or attempted murder.
Right,
or something.
right. Even though she's still alive. Living her life just like a happy little Miss.Stacey. And I emphasized a little.
Or if you do that and you say, I'm going to try to bring you back if you can't, and they die, how can you be charged if, like, a surgeon wouldn't be charged for it? Even if they sign a waiver, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Like, why are they exempt from this? I mean, I'm kind of glad they are, but for the sake of argument, like... Right.
Murder is murder.
If I say, I want to attempt an experiment, but I'll bring you back.
Right.
And then I fail at bringing you back, I would be charged with murder.
Right.
However, if I go in for a heart bypass and they take my heart out to sew the new veins on, and they put me on a bypass machine, which is technically dead. I mean,
well, I mean, you're not alive.
Your actual heart stops, or even if you're like doing a heart transplant, your heart stops. Like they take your heart out.
Right, you're not running under your own power.
You're not really alive, right? And then they bring you back. But not always.
Right, well, yeah.
So, like, the theory is, like, why? Why are they okay with that? Like, why?
There you go. Get on that gas. Nice.
Why is that okay? And can some serial murderer use this?
Right.
Would the Supreme Court see his case?
Right. That's a very good question. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that technically it's a loophole in the law, or
does anybody know the actual good reason?
Yeah, do we have any?
I mean, other than like,
do we have any precedent?
It's for the good.
I know we've got to have like at least one lawyer. So if you're that lawyer, what's the deal? This is in our minds a legal gray area.
This is a burning question we have, just like the turkey egg thing.
Right, just like the turkey egg thing. which we might have an answer to already.
We could.
How awesome is that? Like, we didn't even have to go back to civilization. Somebody probably already told us the whole story about turkey eggs.
I need to know. You could ship one to me.
If you want to know this, if you want to know the story about turkey eggs, go back to the very first Lockheart Basin video and you will understand. Oh, dude, I confused the heck out of Brad. I showed him a Rice Krispie treat and said, "Do you see this Rice Krispie treat?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "That's all you get to know for now. Keep an eye on Hermit's channel." And first of all, he was like, "I probably don't want to know." And I was like, "Maybe." And then he was like, "Damn it, now I'm intrigued." And I told him, this is how I get subscribers, one by one. I just lead them on with little mysteries. Yeah.
You weirdo.
Dude, this is a beautiful trail. I'm loving it. So, yeah. So, everybody already knows that we stay with Robbie. I'm not going to give you too much detail on who Robbie is or why we stay with him. But, we do stay with him, and we stay up near the other entrance to Canyonlands. And it's kind of rough because his place is right near Schaefer Trail, and in order to get anywhere, you have to, like, if you're going to drive, say, you have to drive all the way around down and north of Moab and then drive down 191 into Moab. And that's like an hour.
Yeah.
Now, on the bikes, we can take the shortcut of going down Schaefer Trail and going down Potash, but that's still like 45 minutes. You know, it's 6...
Yeah, it's not really a shortcut, it's just pretty.
Right, it's not a shortcut, it's just a more fun way when you have a dual sport. Then you don't have to take a car. There you go, good. See, it's starting to do it naturally. Awesome. That was awesome. So what Miss Stacey and I have been doing this trip is we're looking for cool campsites, because we are most definitely going to be coming through here on the other bikes, but also just on regular trips like this, find places where we can clamp in our own little fashion that are in areas of Moab that we haven't hit. Yesterday we did a, God, Miss Stacey, what, 400 mile?
Yeah, it's really far.
400 mile loop in the car because it was freezing cold and raining yesterday. We did a 400 mile loop, went out to see Goblin Valley and Natural Bridges and that whole, everything over there. We saw all of that way, which we had never seen before. And, oh man, I just keep leading myself into other things that I want to say. So here's the thing about Moab and all of this stuff. Because I feel like some people might be like, it all looks the same, no matter where you go. And that is kind of true with the colors and the formations and whatnot. But once you see it the first, like, 5 times, you're like, okay, it's cool. Now let's just go ride some awesome trails, which is great. But then you find an area that you haven't been to where, like, something where it does look different, and you get that whole wow factor all over again. And there's actually dozens of opportunities in this area to do that. And we have only explored a very small percentage of Moab. The funny thing is when people say Moab, they mean like this whole area. They don't just mean the town of Moab, which is a tiny little town.
This is probably still considered Moab. Like Canyonlands, all of Canyonlands is. And like the next town down is what, Monticello, which is like...
Right.
I don't think that's what this is called. So.
Right.
Yeah, it's huge.
Right. So like all the way out towards Goblin Valley, you can look it up as a tiny little state park that's west of Canyonlands. It still all looks like this, and there's just so many places to explore with like cool little canyons and like awesome campsites, and even the road, like paved road, was killer. Like, I would love to ride that on the AT because it was just so beautiful. But as we were driving, every like 30 seconds, I'm like, oh, look at that trail. Oh, look at that trail. So if you ever hear somebody say that they've done Moab and they don't ever need to go back,
lying.
they're full of it. All right, I wonder if this is our spot.
Unless they lived there for like years.
Yeah.
Like upon years and did this every weekend, they have not seen it.
Right, not even close. I guess not.
I don't think that's a spot.
I don't think so either. Wow, but this is cool. I was going back through some old footage the other day, and I found the first time we did chicken corners, and I stopped to get Ride-A-Map some rocks to send to his class. Did we ever send those?
I don't know.
I hope so. I think you sent them with cookies.
I don't remember.
Maybe. I'll have to ask Mr. Ride-A-Map.
No idea.
But I remember when he asked all of the DSMV guys if they would send him some rocks from their area because he was doing like geology or something. And show them to his class from all of the different states that we live in.
We have a friend who decided he wants to be a geezer at the ripe old age of early 30s.
Right.
Thinks he's qualified for it, so we bought him a book that says, "So you think you can geezer?"
Well, you gotta, yeah. So, first of all, it's Robbie. And second of all, we were having dinner with him and talking. He was like telling us that his life plans have changed and now he just wants to be an old geezer. And he's 31 or something, something right around in there.
Like 32, 31.
Yeah, 31, 32, somewhere around in there. And so we were like, okay, well, I mean, you know, you gotta, people aspire to different things.
Is this maybe Lockheart Basin?
I don't know. Pretty cool. Whatever it is.
Yeah, he had rather detailed plans about how he wanted to geezer.
Oh yeah, he was all about it.
So we got him the book.
So the next morning, we're driving out to Goblin Valley again, and we stopped at this place for breakfast, and like in the little slot where they usually keep the menus at the table, there was these books, and one of them was "So You Think You Can Geezer," and it was just all full of jokes about people who think that they could be a geezer, but
not really jokes. It's like a list of qualifications. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, so you think you can geezer?
Right.
Can you get up every day at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, be at your absolute best for 2 hours, and then take a nap?
Right.
Yeah, there was like a whole list of them. They're pretty amazing.
And on and on and on. So
you take 4 naps a day and still fall asleep during the 5 o'clock news?
yeah.
He qualified for that one.
He did qualify for that one. I qualified for that
yeah,
one.
I think we all do.
Yeah. But yeah, since it was just the night before that we were having the conversation, we bought the book for him. And he loved it.
He said he's going to work on it, but he doesn't know about that 4:30 a.m. thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to read the whole thing, and then we're going to have to make a quiz.
Yeah, you're going to have to make sure he's qualified to be his geezer.
Right, yeah, we're going to have to read the book too and make sure that he meets the qualifications.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
There can be no substandard geezering going on.
Yeah.
Got to be full-fledged.
I don't know, he's got the one thing. As soon as we pulled up, he walked out of the house and yelled, "Get off my lawn." So
yeah.
he's got potential.
We pulled up on his back porch the first night with the bikes, and he comes out, "Get off my lawn!" Damn kids!
I almost fell.
Did you just yell?
I almost died.
What are you yelling
back
about? I did not witness you almost dying, so. Oh, I wonder if this is. I wonder if this is our Needles Overlook.
Pass, Lockheart Canyon, Colorado River.
What's going on here?
So, yeah, I think we want to go left.
Lockhart Canyon, Hurrah Pass. But this is confusing me. Are they saying that's straight?
They're saying this is straight for some weird reason.
So Hurrah Pass is that way.
Yeah. And
Okay.
the Colorado River is this way.
Okay.
Which is probably, it might be one of, I don't know. We have like hours. Let's go this way.
Yeah, I guess we do. Let's,
'Cause we can eat in 6 miles.
yeah, we can eat in 6 miles. Alright.